retreat ideas. Hi, I'm Nick, former medical doctor turned soul doctor, and I'm noodling retreat ideas this year. Having 4 retreats probably in May and in November on Big Island here in Hawaii. Really diving deep, having them be at least a week long each. And diving into it, what's the purpose? Big shifts are happening, are coming. And who is really ready for these big shifts? The biggest investment you can make is time and trust. It's the time, and I was wondering, why a whole week? Because that's actually challenging for many people these days. I realized, I'm not trying to make it simple, because if it's too simple, it's too accessible, and you're just trying to fit it in amongst your schedule. If you're footing in a week, and really I'd ideally say come and actually spend some more time, be on the land, chill before, chill after, but be here for at least a week. You have enough time to get to know yourself, get to know each other, to dive in, to not rush. There'll be multiple times for ceremonies, or multiple times for integrations, or multiple times to bring it together, let it fall apart. You don't have to get it right. And why here, being on the land? It's remembering that the land is a big part of it, stepping away from society as we know it is a big part of it, stepping away from familiarity and comfort is a big part of it, stepping away from the regular diet. And then how do we prepare? Typically months of breath, of I'm thinking getting colonic therapy, of massages, of if you need some talk therapy, if you need to readjust your diet or lifestyle, getting some of the basics and getting some of the patterns and getting some of the rhythms in, coming and waking up with sunshine again, sunrise, and going to bed with sunset, and cutting down the blue screens. And there's all these almost guides, almost all these layers that we'd want to put in there. And all of this is not necessary in the sense that, oh my God, if you do not do this, everything will go wrong. It is a similar idea to the dieta that happens with ceremonies that happen in South America and other things, where you're preparing and cleansing the body for what's to come, because it helps improve the journeys, the access points. And part of this is loosening the self up for integrating. Part of it is helping to relax and stretch out and smooth out the layers of rigidity. So many of us have so much rigidity. I can feel my jaw and my face often still. Today, one of the people I love is going to get some intraoral massage and fascia release and lymphatic release. There's all these different terms now for things that we used to just do and are important. And there's different ways to approach this. One of the big things I said is colonic therapy, or enemas, or things like that, clearing out, cleansing out the gut, cleansing out the microbiome. There's other therapies that are out there that are more, I'm going to use the word cutting edge, such as Ibu and other things like clean out blood, but all of these ones, as a step up, require you to have more discernment to where you're going to, who you're getting it from. Are you really ready for this? Because the point is not to push beyond what you're ready for. It's to meet you where you're at. Where you think you're at, and where you think you're ready, though, is different. And that's why when we come to the retreat, we can really help you see that. It's such an intimate space to both see and be seen. And part of it is, this is not the answer, but if you choose it, it is the answer for right now. And what it will wake up to is a sense of inner knowing, intuition. And part of it coming out of it is finding your own coach, therapist, guide, finding the modalities that really serve you, continuing the process. This is not a place where you're like, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm done. It's the magical cure. It's the magical beginning to a new way of living, to experiencing life, to experiencing yourself, to experiencing your gifts. And how do I continue to grow, expand, even the word maybe maintain these gifts? How do I be discerning of where I present them? One of the big things that happens, a lot of people that work with me in this deep way, is then they're like, everything's woken up, I'm going to give this to everyone. And then within 2-3 weeks, they feel burnt out and back to their old selves and disillusioned. And it's like, oh, the point was not to give to everyone else, it's to continue to notice, where does this land for me? Where do I keep receiving? Where do I keep growing? Where can I keep developing? Where do I keep owning that I've been missing out on so much of life? And that's it for me as well. I'm working on my own breath alchemy right now with Bob Frizzell. And it's not the explosion, fireworks, I think, but it's giving me the insights. Even this video is an insight. What next? And all of these are part of the leading to what's next too. Doing retreats where I have yoga, where I have body work, where I have great food, where I have great land, where I've got nature, where I've got the waves, where I may even have the volcanoes working with us. And a team of people that are working, integrating, guiding, where there's fire, where there's water, where there's wind, where there's rain. There's so many elements grounding us here, where you're getting the fresh produce of the land, which is so different as well. It's so different because we can't even imagine what it's like to pick fresh, fully ripe produce, because we don't have that capacity back where we are with the supply chains that we have. It's one of the things you can only get really at farmers markets, or having grown your land, or picking fresh soursop almost every day, and it's my favorite fruit right now. So notice there's so many different layers and elements, and I'm planting these seeds because I'm probably going to have an alumni retreat first, just because those are already familiar with the work that I do. They know that it's not just surface level work, it's going to be deep stuff, and they'll be ready for it, they'll be guided to it. And how do we keep creating? I already know what it is, and this is a co-creation. We keep creating together the greater and greater depths, being held safely, being in divine sovereignty, being with divine imperfection, being with the schools of unlearning, the schools of remembering, the schools of living lineage. There's so many components. I always have a choice. The only constants change. I feel to heal. Everything's a story. I'm planting these seeds because there's so many aspects of it. But the biggest thing is, are you ready? Are you desiring? Are you wanting to step into the big shift that's happening? Because there are big shifts globally that are happening, and it's reflected in the big shifts that may be happening internally. And are you ready to step into it? It'll create a whole new layer of health, wealth, family, freedom. And is that what you're wanting? And most of you say, of course I'm wanting that. But if you're really wanting it, is this the place for you to step into? And it may not be. There's so many teachers, so many guides, so many modalities, so many retreats, so many possibilities. There is not a right answer. And if this is the answer for you right now, it's gonna be a freaking fun time. So I'm gonna practice posting this video, and we'll see where it lands. We'll see who it lands with. We'll see who grabs into it, who wants to dive into these retreats, who wants to ask more. Looking forward to your comments, your questions. Ciao for now.